Welcome to the world of science fiction. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss new stories. Enjoy the listening.
The International Cultural Exchange Center was abuzz with anticipation. Representatives from various planets mingled, their unique languages creating a symphony of exotic sounds. Alex, a linguist specializing in xenolinguistics, adjusted his ID badge and surveyed the room. Today, he would meet his exchange partner, an alien from the distant planet Vera. As he waited, a gentle tap on his shoulder turned his attention to a tall figure clad in shimmering fabric. Her skin was a soft blue, her eyes wide and curious. "Alex," she asked, her voice a musical chirp laced with static. "I am Mira from Vera." "Nice to meet you, Mira," Alex replied, extending his hand in a human gesture of greeting. Mira mimicked the motion, her hand cool and slightly webbed. "I am pleased to be here, learning," Mira said, tilting her head as she studied Alex's face. "I hope to understand humanity better through you." Alex chuckled. "And I'm excited to learn about Vera. Shall we start with a tour of the center? There's a lot to see." Mira nodded eagerly, and they began walking. The center was designed to showcase cultural artifacts and interactive displays from Earth and its interstellar partners. As they passed a holographic model of the Milky Way, Alex pointed to a bright dot. "That's Earth, and that tiny speck near it is the moon. Have you heard about the moon landing?" Mira looked intrigued. "Yes, a significant achievement for your kind. We Varans never focused much on space travel until we met other civilizations." Their next stop was a display of Earth's various languages. "Language is the essence of culture," Alex explained, demonstrating different scripts and sounds. "Each tells a story of its people." Mira listened intently, her eyes sparkling with fascination. "Varan is quite uniform, but we embrace variations when we communicate with nature. Our language changes with the seasons." "That's fascinating," Alex said, genuinely impressed. "Here, let's try something fun." He led Mira to a language interaction booth where guests could hear their voices translated into different Earth languages. Mira spoke in Varan, and the machine buzzed softly before emitting her words in Spanish. She laughed, the sound clear and joyous. "It's like hearing a different part of myself," she said. "Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It helps us see the beauty and diversity," Alex replied, playing the translation several times before trying other languages. As they moved to a quieter corner for a break, Alex asked, "What made you choose to come to Earth for this exchange?" Myra's gaze drifted towards the glass dome above them, showcasing a simulated Northern Lights display. "I was curious about your world, its vibrant cultures and complex emotions. Varans are more reserved, our emotions more subdued." "That's interesting. Humans can be pretty overt with their emotions," Alex said with a smile. "You'll see plenty of that here." "I'm counting on it," Mira replied, her tone playful. "And I hope to share some of Vera with you, too. Perhaps understand each other on a level beyond just words." Alex nodded, his mind already buzzing with questions about Varan culture, their social norms, their joys, and their struggles. "I'm looking forward to that, Mira. This is going to be an enlightening experience for both of us." As they resumed their tour, the initial formalities faded, replaced by a budding curiosity and the promise of deepening understanding. Alex and Mira were not just representatives of their worlds. They were now ambassadors bridging the vast expanse of space with conversation and shared laughter. The morning sun cast a warm glow over the linguistics lab at the Exchange Center, where Alex and Mira had arranged to meet for their first formal language session. As Alex prepared the materials, digital tablets loaded with linguistic software, traditional writing instruments from both Earth and Vera, he felt a surge of excitement about the cross-cultural exchange ahead. Mira arrived, her steps light and curious, her eyes scanning the arrays of linguistic tools. "This looks comprehensive," she remarked, picking up a stylus designed for Varan script. "Thanks, Mira. I thought we'd start with something simple, basic phrases and greetings in Varan and English. Then maybe we can delve into grammar and syntax," Alex suggested, booting up one of the tablets. "An excellent plan," Mira agreed, settling into her chair. She switched on her tablet and pulled up a document. "Let's begin with greetings. In Varan, a common morning salutation is Yura Sil, which means light greet you. Alex repeated the phrase awkwardly, causing Mira to giggle. Almost, she encouraged, try again, but with less emphasis on the R. It's more of a rolling sound. Uracile, Alex tried again, slightly better this time. Much better, Mira praised. She then asked, how would you greet someone in the morning in English? Simply say, good morning, Alex demonstrated. Good morning, Mira echoed. Her pronunciation was nearly perfect, making Alex smile. Perfect. You're a quick learner, he complimented, which seemed to please Mira. They moved on to common phrases, helping each other grasp not just the sounds but the cultural context behind the words. Mira explained how Varen language intertwined with their connection to nature, showing Alex visual aids from her tablet that depicted various Varen landscapes. It's fascinating, Alex mused, how your language reflects the physical world around you. English can be quite abstract. Mira nodded thoughtfully. It is. Your words carry different weights and histories. It's much to learn. As the session progressed, they alternated between structured learning and casual conversation, which helped break down the formal barriers of a typical educational setting. Laughter filled the room more than once, especially when Alex attempted to mimic more complex Varen sounds and only managed to produce something entirely unintelligible. Okay, your turn to try something tough, Alex challenged after another bout of laughter. He guided Mira through tongue twisters and idiomatic expressions in English, phrases like, she sells seashells by the seashore, which twisted Mira's tongue in knots. This is unexpectedly difficult, Mira admitted, laughing after her fifth failed attempt. It's supposed to be hard, even for us, Alex reassured her. But it's a fun way to train your pronunciation. As they wrapped up their session, Alex reflected on their progress. You know, I think these sessions will be about more than just language. They're about understanding how we think and express ourselves. Mira agreed, her expression serious. Yes, it's about finding common ground. Despite coming from different worlds, they scheduled their next meeting, both leaving the room with a sense of accomplishment and anticipation for the next lesson. As they parted ways, the phrase, see you tomorrow, had never held so much promise. Alex had planned a special day for Mira, a tour of Earth's natural and urban landscapes, aimed at giving her a taste of human culture beyond the confines of the exchange center. The day promised a blend of education and excitement as they set out early in the morning. First stop, the city, Alex announced as they boarded a sleek, self-driving vehicle. You'll see the hustle and bustle of human life, plus some iconic architecture. Mira looked eager, her eyes wide as she took in the scenery zipping by. On Vera, our cities blend more with nature. I am curious to see how humans integrate their environment with urban spaces. As they entered the downtown area, Alex pointed out landmarks and historical sites. They walked through busy streets, Mira observing everything with a keen interest. What do these inscriptions mean? Mira asked, pointing to some graffiti on a side street. It's a form of self-expression, though not always legal, Alex explained. Graffiti can be a powerful medium for voicing social and political messages, or just for art. Expression takes many forms, Mira mused. Varens use colors and fabrics to express feelings and societal roles. I see humans use words and images. They stopped for lunch at a rooftop cafe, offering a panoramic view of the cityscape. Over sandwiches and coffee, they discussed their observations. It's overwhelming but fascinating, Mira admitted, sipping her coffee. The energy, the noise, the diversity. It's much different from Vera. I can imagine, Alex said. Now, ready for something completely different? How about a hike in the mountains? Mira nodded enthusiastically. They drove to a nearby national park, where the natural landscapes offered a stark contrast to the morning's urban environment. As they hiked, Alex shared facts about Earth's flora and fauna, while Mira compared them to Varen equivalents. We have a plant similar to this, Mira said, touching the leaves of a fern, but ours are bioluminescent. That must be beautiful, Alex remarked. It is, especially at night, Mira confirmed. Everything glows softly, lighting up the landscape. They reached a viewpoint overlooking a vast valley. The vista was breathtaking, the air crisp and fresh. This is what I love about Earth, Alex said, spreading his arms wide. Such variety in landscapes and experiences. From busy cities to quiet mountains, Mira took a deep breath, taking it all in. It's beautiful. I understand better now. The depth of your connection to this planet. They spent the afternoon exploring the trails, Mira occasionally stopping to sketch in her digital notepad, capturing the scenes with quick, adept strokes. As the day drew to a close, they found themselves at a small, clear lake. The sun was setting, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink. "Thank you, Alex," Mira said sincerely. "Today was enlightening. I saw, felt, and understood so much about Earth and humans." "It was my pleasure," Alex replied. "It's important to me that you see the beauty of my world, just as I hope to see the beauty of yours." They lingered by the lake until the stars began to appear, each sharing stories of their homeworlds under the growing blanket of twilight. "It's days like these that make me appreciate our mission here," Alex said as they headed back to the vehicle. "Not just learning from each other, but sharing these moments." "Yes," Mira agreed. "It's more than just an exchange of knowledge. It's about building a bridge between two entirely different, yet equally fascinating worlds." As they drove back to the center, the city lights twinkled like distant stars, mirroring the sky above, a reminder of the tiny yet significant connections being formed between two beings from those distant points of light. Evening settled softly around Alex's apartment as he and Mira prepared for a quiet dinner together. After a day of exploring Earth's landscapes, the prospect of a calm, home-cooked meal seemed the perfect way to deepen their cultural exchange. "I've planned a simple menu, mostly dishes from my region," Alex explained, guiding Mira through the ingredients laid out in the kitchen. "This is a traditional stew and some fresh bread. I thought we could make it together." Mira was delighted by the hands-on approach. In Vera, preparing a meal is considered an act of sharing oneself. "I am eager to participate." As Alex handled the chopping, Mira mixed ingredients under his direction, her movements precise and graceful. "What's in this spice mix?" she inquired, sniffing a small jar curiously. "It's a blend of herbs and spices used commonly in my family." "Each family has their own variation," Alex shared, enjoying the opportunity to provide such personal insights. While the stew simmered, they set the table, and Alex chose a gentle, instrumental music playlist to fill the background. The simple domesticity of the activity, paired with their flowing conversation, created a warm atmosphere. "Back home," Mira started, stirring the stew thoughtfully, "food is more than nourishment. It's a dialogue with nature. We believe each ingredient tells a part of our planet's story." "That's a beautiful way to see it," Alex responded. "Here, meals can be a time for human connection, for family and friends to gather and share their day's experiences." The conversation turned to more personal topics as they ate. Mira asked about Alex's family, and he shared memories of growing up with two cultures, his mother's from another country, his father's local. "And you, Mira? What is family like on Vera?" Alex asked. "Our family units are fluid. We form bonds based on affinity rather than blood. Community is our family," Mira explained, her voice tinged with nostalgia. The evening grew deep. They moved to the living room with dessert, 2 slices of pie Alex had bought from a local bakery. "I'm curious about human emotions," Mira said, her tone cautious but inquisitive as she took a bite of her pie. "You display them so vividly. It's different from Varen's. We are more restrained." "Humans can be very expressive," Alex agreed, smiling. "And our emotions can be quite complex. Happiness, sadness, love, they can all be overwhelming." "Love?" Mira repeated, a curious glint in her eye. "Yes, it's a deep affection, a connection with someone else. It can be romantic, platonic, familial," Alex explained, noticing Myra's keen interest. Mira seemed to ponder this for a moment. "Alex, may I try an expression of human affection with you?" Alex felt a mixture of surprise and anticipation. "Yes, of course, Mira." She leaned in slowly, her approach careful and deliberate, and gently pressed her lips to his in a tentative kiss. The touch was light, exploratory, and Alex responded with equal gentleness, guiding her through the unfamiliar interaction. When they parted, Myra's cheeks had taken on a slight shade of violet, a sign of her emotions that Alex was learning to read. "Thank you, Alex. I wanted to understand. You're welcome, Mira. And thank you for trusting me with that experience, Alex said, his voice soft. They spent the rest of the evening discussing human relationships, love, and the many ways those emotions were celebrated or mourned in art, music, and daily life. Each shared stories from their cultures, drawing closer in the shared intimacy of personal revelation. As Mira prepared to leave, she turned at the door, a thoughtful look in her eyes. I believe I am beginning to understand the complexity of human emotions, Alex, and perhaps feeling some of them myself. Alex smiled, feeling a profound connection. I'm glad, Mira. I look forward to learning more about you and Vera as well. With a quiet goodnight, Mira left, but the connection they had fostered lingered in the air, a promise of deeper discoveries to come. The vibrant atmosphere of the International Cultural Fair was a swirl of colors, sounds, and aromas from dozens of Earth's cultures, alongside representations from other participating interstellar civilizations. Alex had invited Mira to the event, thinking it would be a fun way for her to experience the diversity of human customs and traditions in a single afternoon. As they walked through the fair, Alex pointed out various booths and explained the significance of the items and performances on display. Mira was particularly fascinated by a traditional dance group, their movements both strange and intriguing to her Veran senses. This dance is part of a ritual for celebrating harvests, Alex explained as they watched. Many human cultures have special ways of expressing gratitude for the Earth's bounty. Mira nodded, absorbing every detail. Varans have similar rituals, though ours are less about bounty and more about the cycles of seasons and life. They continued through the fair, sampling foods and engaging with exhibitors. However, the jovial mood shifted when they reached a booth showcasing traditional Earth garments. Mira, curious, reached out to touch a fabric that looked similar to a ceremonial Varan garment. Mira, wait. Alex started, but it was too late. The vendor, misunderstanding her intent, snapped harshly, "Please don't touch the exhibits without permission." Mira withdrew her hand quickly, her expression confused and hurt. "I am sorry. I did not mean to offend," she said, her voice low. "On Vera, it is customary to touch, to feel the essence of an object." Alex quickly stepped in, smoothing over the situation with the vendor and apologizing for the misunderstanding. She didn't know. I should have told her the rules here. Once they moved away from the booth, Alex turned to Mira. "I'm really sorry about that. I should have explained more about our customs regarding personal and private property." Mira was quiet for a moment, then sighed. "No, Alex, I should have asked first. I assumed based on my own cultural norms. It's clear I still have much to learn about human customs. Let's not let this spoil our day," Alex suggested. "There's a workshop starting soon on Earth music. We could go there, learn something new together?" Mira managed a small smile. "Yes, I would like that. It will help me understand more about your culture's emotional expressions through music." They made their way to the music workshop, where the focus was on instrumental and vocal traditions from various parts of the world. The instructor demonstrated different musical instruments, each with its own unique sound and cultural background. "Music seems a universal language," Mira commented as a guitarist strummed a melody that filled the room with warmth. "It is," Alex agreed. "It's one of the things that can cross the boundaries of culture and even species." During the workshop, participants were encouraged to try the instruments. Mira hesitated at first, but with encouragement from Alex, she attempted to play a simple tune on a keyboard. Her initial notes were hesitant, but soon flowed more confidently as she got the hang of it. "You're doing great," Alex cheered, genuinely impressed by her quick grasp of the instrument. "It's different from our instruments, but it speaks in similar tones," Mira said, a touch of excitement in her voice as she played. As the day drew to a close, they left the fair with a sense of accomplishment and a deeper understanding of each other. Despite the earlier hiccup, they had managed to turn the day around, learning and growing together. "Today was an education for both of us," Alex remarked as they walked back to the exchange center. "Yes, and a reminder that learning is sometimes about making mistakes and finding our way forward," Mira replied thoughtfully. Alex nodded in agreement. "And it's always better with good company." Mira looked at him, her expression one of appreciation. Yes, it is, Alex. Thank you for this day. Their shared experiences at the fair, both challenging and enlightening, had indeed brought them closer, each mishap and discovery a step further in their intercultural journey. The evening was quiet, the soft hum of the city blending with the gentle breeze as Alex and Mira made their way to her temporary residence, a specially designed habitat that mimicked the environment of Vera. Tonight, it was Myra's turn to host Alex, and she had planned to share a slice of her world with him. As they entered the habitat, Alex was immediately struck by the change in atmosphere. The air was denser, filled with a sweet, earthy aroma, and the lighting was dim, casting everything in a soft, ambient glow. This is how a typical evening feels on Vera, Mira explained, guiding Alex through the habitat. Our homes are designed to integrate with the natural world around us, to always remind us of our connection to the planet. Alex looked around in awe. It's beautiful, Mira. It's like walking into another world. Mira smiled, pleased by his reaction. I hoped you would feel that way. Come. I have prepared some traditional Veran dishes for us to share. They sat down to a meal that was visually stunning and aromatically enticing. Mira explained each dish as they ate, describing the ingredients and the occasions for which they might be served on Vera. As on Earth, our food is more than sustenance. It's a celebration of life and the planet that sustains us, Mira said, offering Alex a dish made with a grain-like staple that shimmered under the habitat's lights. Alex tasted it, his senses delighted by the new flavors. There's a complexity to this I didn't expect. It's fantastic. They continued to eat and talk, sharing stories of their families and traditions. Mira was particularly interested in Alex's experiences growing up in a bicultural family. It must have been challenging at times, navigating two cultures, she noted. It was, but it also taught me a lot about flexibility and understanding, Alex replied. It made me appreciate the diversity of human experience. Mira nodded thoughtfully. Varans could benefit from that perspective. We're quite homogeneous culturally. Meeting you and other representatives from Earth has opened my eyes to the beauty of diversity. After the meal, Mira took Alex to a viewing area where the walls were transparent, showing the simulated Veran outdoors, a vast landscape of bioluminescent plants and gently flowing waters. It's like your paintings come to life, Alex remarked, referring to the sketches Mira had shown him during their hike. Mira laughed softly. Yes, I suppose it is. Vera is a part of us, as much as we are a part of it. Showing this to you, sharing it, makes me feel closer to you. Alex turned to look at her, moved by her words. And I feel honored to see it, to learn about where you come from. It makes me understand you more, Mira. They spent the rest of the evening discussing their planet's histories and the similarities and differences in their personal ambitions. Mira spoke of her hopes to bring back new ideas to Vera, inspired by her observations of Earth's cultural diversity. What about you, Alex? What do you hope to achieve with this exchange? Mira asked. I want to build bridges, Alex said earnestly. Bridges of understanding and respect between our species. I think our friendship is a good start. Mira smiled warmly. I agree. Tonight has been very special, Alex. As they prepared to say goodnight, Mira hesitated, then spoke. Thank you for embracing my world as I have tried to embrace yours. It's more than I could have hoped for. And thank you for trusting me with a part of your world, Alex replied, feeling a profound connection to Mira and the journey they were sharing. With a promise to explore more together, they parted for the night, each feeling a deep sense of fulfillment and anticipation for the days to come. Their exchange was proving to be much more than a simple sharing of knowledge. It was a discovery of new worlds within each other. As their time together in the cultural exchange program was drawing to a close, Alex decided to invite Mira over to his apartment for a more intimate evening, hoping to explore the emotional depths they had begun to touch upon in their previous meetings. He had planned a simple yet meaningful night, dinner, followed by sharing their favorite music from Earth and Vera. When Mira arrived, she noticed that Alex had arranged the living space to be cozy, with soft cushions on the floor and a low table set with a variety of dishes. This looks wonderful, Alex, Mira said, her eyes taking in the setup with a warm smile. I thought we could make tonight about sharing not just food, but also the music that moves us, Alex explained, guiding her to the seating area. They began the evening by exchanging gifts. Alex presented Mira with a book of Earth poetry, and Mira gave Alex a small, intricately carved music box from Vera. The exchange set a heartfelt tone, and they moved to dining, with Alex describing the origins of each dish. As they ate, the conversation deepened. "Mira, I've been thinking a lot about how this experience has changed me," Alex confessed. "I see my own world differently now, through your eyes." Mira listened intently, then shared her own reflections. "And I've learned so much about emotions from you, Alex. Varans usually keep their feelings very private, but seeing how humans handle emotions has been enlightening." After dinner, Alex turned on some music, a soft, instrumental piece. "Music helps us express things we can't always say with words," he said, inviting Mira to share some of the music from Vera. Mira obliged, playing a hauntingly beautiful melody that seemed to fill the room with a sense of otherworldly grace. "This song is about the journey of the stars across our sky," she explained. "It's meant to comfort those who feel lost." The piece moved Alex deeply, and he felt a connection to Myra's culture and her personal sensitivity. Inspired by the moment, he suggested, "Would you like to try dancing? It's a big part of human expression through music." Mira was hesitant at first, but Alex gently guided her, showing her simple steps that matched the rhythm of an Earth song he picked next. As they danced, there was a moment when their movements synchronized perfectly, and they shared a look of mutual understanding and joy. "Alex, this feels like a new form of communication," Mira said breathlessly, as the song ended. "It is," Alex agreed, feeling an emotional bridge being built between them. Sometimes, words aren't enough. They continued to share music, alternating between Earth songs and Varan melodies, each piece bringing them closer, helping them express their budding feelings towards each other. As the night wore on, they sat down again, closer this time, the emotional atmosphere charged with unspoken words and feelings. "Mira, I want to thank you," Alex said earnestly. "Tonight, and this whole exchange, has been one of the most profound experiences of my life." Mira reached out, taking his hand in hers, her touch gentle. "And I thank you, Alex. I feel more than I thought possible." They leaned in, and this time, their kiss was mutual, a natural culmination of their emotional journey, a gentle exploration of new feelings, a silent acknowledgement of their deep connection. As Mira prepared to leave, she turned to Alex, a serene smile on her face. "Please, slap me with your toy," she exclaimed, using the phrase she had learned, though not entirely understanding its humorous context. Alex laughed, delighted by her use of the phrase. "You got it," he said, playfully tapping her with a decorative pillow. Mira laughed too, the sound light and joyful. "I will miss this, Alex. And I will miss you. But I think we've started something that won't just end because the program does," Alex responded, hopeful. They said their goodbyes, knowing that whatever the future held, they had forged a bond that would endure beyond the confines of the exchange program, enriched by the cultural and emotional landscapes they had explored together. The final day of the exchange program had arrived, and Alex found himself at the departure center, a mix of emotions swirling within him as he awaited Myra's decision. Would she return to Vera, or choose to extend her stay on Earth? Mira approached Alex with a small suitcase in hand, her expression contemplative yet serene. The morning light streamed through the high windows, casting a gentle glow around her. "Alex," Mira began, her voice steady but filled with emotion, "today has been more difficult than I anticipated." Alex nodded, understanding the gravity of her choice. "I can only imagine, Mira. Leaving behind a world, even temporarily, is a huge decision." Mira paused, looking around at the bustling center, other participants saying their goodbyes, some teary, others excited. "I've spent the night thinking about everything we've shared and learned, about how much there is still to explore here. With you." Hearing this, Alex felt a surge of hope. "Are you saying—" "Yes, Alex," Mira interrupted, a smile breaking across her face. "I've decided to extend my stay on Earth. The program offered me an opportunity to continue my studies here, and, more importantly, to continue learning from and with you." Alex's heart leapt with joy, and he stepped closer to her, taking her hands in his. "This is wonderful news. I can't tell you how happy I am to hear that, Mira. There's so much more I want to discover, Alex. Not just about Earth, but about us, Mira said, her eyes shining with anticipation and a touch of nervousness. And there's so much I want to show you. So many experiences we can share together, Alex replied, his voice filled with excitement. We've barely scratched the surface. They discussed plans for the future, visits to other parts of Earth, participation in further cultural exchange events, even a trip Alex had been dreaming of taking to introduce Mira to the ocean, to show her the vast waters that covered his planet. As a Varen used to vast landscapes, I think you'll find the ocean both strange and spectacular, Alex said, animated by the thought. Mira laughed, a sound that Alex had grown to cherish. I am looking forward to it. And perhaps, one day, you could visit Vera. There are landscapes and seas there that I would love to show you. That would be an incredible journey, Alex mused, the idea of visiting her planet sparking a new dream in his heart. As they prepared to leave the center, Mira turned to Alex, her expression sincere. Thank you, Alex, for everything. This started as an assignment, but it's become so much more. And thank you, Mira, for opening your world to me, and for choosing to explore mine a little longer, Alex replied, feeling deeply moved. They walked out of the departure center together, not as participants of a temporary program, but as partners eager to embark on a new chapter of their lives. The world outside awaited them, rich with possibility and the promise of shared adventures. As they stepped into the light of a new day, hand in hand, the future seemed bright with the prospect of continued learning, understanding, and a deepening bond that had only just begun to unfold.